Yet you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you?
Hey friends, hope you guys find a way to mend the relationship with Greta there. It sounds like she's not too happy. Okay, we're off to the race. Well, not races. We're off. Today's topic, well, you'll see what it is as I go. Have you ever been stuck in the back of the wood pile? All your friends are gone because they have a splitter, a wood splitter, and you're left there in the barnyard. You have about 200 feet, 12, 15 feet high of wood to split, and all you got is this. Well, I don't know if that's the right one. That's not the one we used to use. I just found that for to make the video. Yeah. Ooh, hang on. I seen that in the screen there. Eh? The door was open. Yeah, there's the lucky ones out there. There's even been a splitter war lately there. The whole bunch of Joe and Tractor Man 44 and Woody and I don't know. Well, Woody's the only one that was using the good old faithful axe. But he's just young and full of energy, eh? But as you age, you wish you did have a wood splitter. That's the new way to do things, and can't say that I blame people. I have a lot of experience. You never seen me splitting wood, but well, right now at the camp, I have a splitter that I mount on the tractor. I was building another. Can I? You guys have time? Can I tell a little story here? In my days, my heyday. How old was I? In 30s, I think. Yeah, 25, 30 years old. I had decided that I was gonna build a splitter, eh? But I didn't have like a whole bunch of money, so I just scavenged and jobs I went and a chunk of steel. I had found a chunk. Oh, it was at least. It was probably 3/8. It was a 6x6 by 3/8 thick, and it was 10 feet long. And I have scavenged this. There's a guy, one of the supervisors on a job that had given me this. It was a leftover, eh? I brought that home, and I had some big planer cutters. We were, side note, we were working a lot in big sawmills then, eh? And like the planers, you had the hang on, you can't see both of my hands here. The planers, they were, I think 18, no, 20, maybe 24 inches wide. I still have some knives upstairs in the hang on, upstairs. There's not a second level, it's the attic, but up there I know I have maybe 6, 7 knives that I have, planing knives. I was gonna stack that up, open them up, and but anyways, okay. This is a side story too. It's not even. I hope I remember all of what's involved with the real story. I was gonna build a splitter, eh? And I'm doing this, and I got everything. I got the cylinder. It was a 6-inch cylinder, and I think I had a 13 horsepower Honda engine, and pump, I think 12 gallon per minute pump, had the coupling, I had everything. But you know what it ended up, I was moving. I sold the house that I had built another one and I was moving. That's a story for the coming weeks or maybe next year. My days of building houses. But anyways, so I was moving. I had sold the house and I was moving and I had a whole bunch of stuff. So I had a vehicle in the back. I think it was one of my son's cars. It was a, what was that called? Chevette. Chevette, I think it was. A GM, but a real small car. But anyways, I loaded it full of stuff. And the log splitter went with, well, the log splitter that was just partially built. I kept some parts like the engine. I didn't keep the cylinder. I didn't keep the 10-foot chunk of channel. I cut it in two, put it in the car. You know why? Because I figure I'm going to build this thing, okay? And then everybody's going to come and borrow it. So the only time I'm going to have it is when it's broken. So instead of that, for the amount of wood that I had to cut, I figured I was saving myself some time by just getting rid of all this. Finally, okay, and that's about 30 years later, when I didn't feel like cutting wood with the old axe or other things I'm going to show you, I decided to buy a splitter, but for the tractor at the camp, 46 horsepower. Well, really, it's a Yanmar engine in a John Deere. It suffices. It'll split anything that I put my hand on. Even I tried it in the fork. Hey, I muffed up. I had to repair the splitter, because the crotch didn't let go, and I was producing enough push that the beam started to twist. That's a story for another day. Did I show you the repairs that I did? I think so. Anyways, okay, so we talked about this. When I was young, we as in, at my parents' place, we were heating with wood, and there was a yard full of wood, mostly elm. And it wasn't small stuff like the elms you see today, like I see John cutting some that are that size. These elms, I seen some 4 feet and even more. Like they had chainsaws. I think my father had, I forget what kind. It was a monster anyways. And it maybe had an 18-inch bar. But cutting from both sides, and sometimes you had to split it in the center and go from both sides, and that's all they could do, and it was a never-ending chore to cut these. But once it was cut to 18 inches, that's one part of the story. The next part was to split that, and this was all, the elm then weren't dying. It was just like they were monsters, and some of them were encroaching over houses, and he would do sometimes, people would come and see him and ask him if he'd cut down. He'd just cut it down for the wood. He didn't even charge the people, so people were happy of that, because it would have cost him, well, an arm and a leg. But needless to say, he didn't have no insurance, if the tree would have fallen on the house. But never happened. Anyways, and so me and my younger brother had to cut this. And the main tool wasn't an axe. You know what it was? These here. I seen Dave, what was it? Express, Northland Express? No, it's some kind of train there. I forget there. Northwood Express, North Pole Express. Anyway, Dave, he's des Cantons de l'Est. Anyways, he was he's splitting his wood. Oh, this is a side note. We, you know, the barnyard full of wood. You know, when we'd go at the top of the pile, and we'd split wood with this. It was mostly happened mid-January or December, late December, when the wood was frozen. But this is one of the luxuries we have here in Canada, is things freeze up in the wintertime, eh? And there ain't no better time to split wood than when the sap is frozen in the wood. Like me, there's nothing I'd love more, eh? Than you go at the top of the pile. I'm going to show you something too. It's another little side thing. Nothing I'd love more than to go on the top of the pile and you split the wood and you see them fly on both sides. They fly 10, 15 feet on each side. And this is true in all maple and any kind of wood. Bring it on. Cherry. Okay, I wanted to show this. When you're cutting wood, okay? Okay, this is your, I gotta do it like this here. When you're cutting wood, this is your chunk of wood, okay? You're cutting, boom. Don't go straight with your axe. We used to call that zing. We'd give the axe a zing as soon as, when you get to your chunk of wood, you just torque it a little bit sideways like this. So that pushes the wood out, and that if you give it too much, you're not going to split. But you just give it a, like we'd go down straight, but just give it a little kick. As soon as you hit the wood, you just ching, give it a kick. And that'd cause the wood to explode. And that works. Trust me, I split enough wood. You don't see me splitting wood. I don't show you myself splitting wood because I don't have to split wood no more. But I split more wood than a lot of you guys in my lifetime. Not Tractor Man 44. I know he splits more than I do because I seen his wood pile. But Dave, even Dave, you should have seen the woodshed that we had home when I was young. Man, well, even the one I have at the camp there, face cord there, I'm sure I got 15, 20 face cords in it. But that's a story for another day. Okay, this here, this was these. You had one, and if this one was stuck, then you had another one. Not these. These are others that I got after. I don't know why. I see this one's still new. Eh? I don't know why I bought these. It's probably just for the memory of the old days, the days past. Not that I intend, because these, you use these with a sledge, eh? And the wood that you end up with, you deserved it, you worked it, eh? You put in more energy splitting the wood than you're going to get out of it. Okay. Where am I anyways? You guys have a lot of time. It's winter and there's nothing to do, eh? The main reason why I did this is I seen it on videos. There's other videos in there, and there's people telling all sorts of stories, okay? I'm gonna show you something. And for one particular guy I'm thinking of, well, two. Woody, which lives in I don't know, Britain, somewhere in the UK, and he doesn't look at my channel. I'm sure of that because he posts about 2-3 videos a day, and there's I was gonna say he posts 2-3 videos a day about splitting wood and everything but the kitchen sink. Okay, that's impolite. Dave, I seen him pull out, he's splitting with an axe, okay? Well, I don't understand that, but I think that's the way he does it, so, hey, any way is good, I guess. He stacks his wood in the woodshed, but not split. So he's taking the wood out of the woodshed, putting it in his bucket of his little tractor, MX something. Anyways, he puts it in the the bucket of the tractor, And he splits it when he gets to the house. He's got a chunk of wood on the ground there, and he puts his and takes the axe. And then there was a few chunks. They were a little bit bigger, and they didn't want to split with the axe. So, oh no, he had a maul. I gotta talk. Whoever, I respect people that have these mauls. These just got an axe handle. I never seen a more unnatural tool to use. The head, the direction that you hit with, is not the heaviest part. Hang on. See this? You got more mass in front here. Ooh, not too clean, eh? Than you do in the back. So you hold that like that, and it falls that way, okay? Well, the maul is heavier in the back. So you hold it, and it falls this way. So you gotta always keep it so that it's pointing in the right direction. It's not a good tool for me, I know that. It's just like if you had a hole here, and you made a hole here, and you're trying to split wood with this. This works because you hit it with a sledge and it's digging in. But anyways, you use it if you want. I just kind of say my thinking anyways. But okay, the tool for Dave and Woody in UK and whoever. If you're stuck on the wood pile in the barnyard, you got a lot of wood to cut. I don't even know the price. Couple of $100 investment. I get one of these. See this, folks? It's rusted. Hasn't been used. Okay, this is a chopper one. It's made in the USA. There's a patent number. It's what does it say there? Strike. Oh, they don't want you to hit with this end, because this is just forge steel, eh? It's probably, it'll let go. But anyways, these things, when, hang on. Put that here. Oop, not low enough. There. See that? When it hits the piece of wood, these go out like that. See that the wood hits this part. Now, first it goes into this, right up to there, on each side, and then these start to open up, and it pushes the wood this way. So this is worth the investment. Dave doesn't have one. Well, I didn't see him with one. I had two of these. I had another one. I broke the handle. I made a handle for it. Another handle. Then I broke, there's little springs inside here. Okay. I broke the springs and I tried to get some. Now I can get them on the Amazon even. .us, not Amazon CA. I cough in there. Anyways, this is the tool to get. A chopper. I don't know if they got a chopper 2 now. This is a chopper 1. I don't use it anymore, but I keep it as a goldie oldie. I got some rust. Hang on, rust. What do you call that? Just something I bought. I didn't do a. Hang on. I'm gonna leave you guys. I'll let it run there. I'm just gonna. This is I don't know if I showed this on there yet. I probably didn't because I wasn't all. I tried it first. See this, folks? Okay. rust converter. Okay. And I'm here, Gator's here to tell you there's no such thing as converting rust. If you're gonna take rust off, you're gonna work at it, you're gonna sandblast it. See this? The upper part, that's the converted part, and the lower part is the original way it was. What it does, all it does, you know what it does? It just colors the rust to a darker color, eh? There's probably some kind of tint or something in there. Anyways, all of about, I think that was that jug, a gallon jug. I think it was, I'm gonna say around 80 bucks, something like that. But anyways, all this is just to say that if you have a big pile of wood, like we used to cut the wood in the bush and bring it out and put it in the barnyard, about 200 feet of it, and we start splitting. And we used to do the same at my grandpa's place. My grandpa, they used to cut wood too, but then, I don't know, one of my uncles, well, we didn't know then, well, that was part of the chores, eh, to keep the kids, you know, when you're young, you're full of problems, full of energy, and that's the way the parents, I guess, have devised to keep us out of mischief, is they had us working at the grandpa's place, splitting wood and piling it, eh? I think at my grandpa's place there, my uncle used to cut it and draw it into the barnyard and then cut it up and make stacks and stacks. They had the, it's a little saw that Tractor Man 44 has a lot of those. The Widowmaker sawmill. You put the log on there and you and don't put your fingers at the wrong place, because you'll be ending up like this here. They be calling you Stumpy. Where was I going? Hey, this went sideways on me real bad. But I enjoyed doing it, and that's the main thing, eh? This is part of the better ones. They're not behind us, eh? They're still to come, eh? So, don't forget, if you want something good and you don't have a log splitter like most of your friends, this here, go out and look for a Chopper 1. This will be your friend. This works. I seen split wood with this. You know, when you got, they call that yellow birch around here. There's a French word, but these guys wouldn't understand. Merisier. I seen some there. The tree was about, hang on, like that big. I had cut it, and it was all woven, you know, like the little girl's hair. It's all intertangled like that, and you couldn't split that. Well, even it would have been a job for these, but I did it with the Chopper 1. And it's okay. I have to say, I had a few times I had to use, maybe this is why I bought these. Anyways, a few times I had to use those, but most of it was done with the Chopper 1, and not the axe, or a maul. The name says it, eh? You know what I get. I have one of the. I looked for it here, but I think it's not here. I think it's at the camp. Because at the camp, I only have one sledge and the maul. Here I have two sledges, an 8-pounder and a 10-pounder, I think. Or a 10 and a 12, I forget now. But anyways, I think at the camp I have a 15 or a 16-pound sledge. That's a story for another day. Okay, we're about to do the departing here. So hey, the better ones are still ahead. Comments are welcome. I try to give non-generic answers to comment. I appreciate when people leave me comments. And as usual, we'll see you in the next one.